Welcome back to another episode. Today's adventure is a place that you guys have probably seen on the internet already, on other YouTube channels and probably people's Instagrams and whatnot. So had to get out of the house today. I was bored, so I decided to come up here and show this place to you guys. Pretty popular spot. A lot of people know about it. It's very easy to find out how to get here on the internet, so I'm not going to tell you. But take you on a quick little walk around of the place, show you some of the cool graffiti here, because that's what this place is very known for. It's the graffiti. Kind of some background on this mine. All you see here is modern stuff. Basically, modern companies came in. There was an older mining town in this spot back in the 1800s. And the modern guys came in, I want to say in the 60s probably is when they started. But basically, they worked through the old tailing piles of the old mines. And then eventually just started tunneling into the underground stuff. And the tunnels were very large enough that they could actually drive vehicles into, and they did the more modern stuff. But this area that I'm driving past right here is the old leaching ponds, and it's eventually what led to the demise of this place, because they were using so much harsh chemicals and doing it in a very unsafe manner, and it was leaking out into the environment. So the EPA came in and shut them down. At least that's what I understand off what I've read online. And then this place became a big graffiti spot, courtesy of the Indecline guys and Aware and other graffiti artists. And having named those names should make it easier for you to find this place, because that's how I figured it out. But yeah, so I'm gonna park and then we'll walk around. All right, so parked here. Just walk around, show you some of this stuff. If you can't tell, this large piece here of the miner with the drill, it's not only painted, but they used torches or a plasma cutter to actually cut the metal out, creating the image. And if you look this stuff up online, when they did this stuff, there's some pretty cool photos of it illuminated at night. And every time I come here, there's some new graffiti. It's always cool stuff too, like this. If you guys have seen that movie, you should know that noise. Also, I'm going to try to talk loud because I don't have any kind of mic set up, and it's windy out here, as usual. So like I mentioned earlier, the leaching ponds here, basically the runoff and stuff was going out of it, was poisoning the environment. So the EPA shut them down. And I'm pretty sure they started this place before they had the EPA created, but once it was created, that's all she wrote. But up there is a conveyor system, and it feeds to a conveyor belt that goes into that main building. So this is the actual processing facility. The mine itself is in the hills back there. Like I said, they were going through the old workings first of the tailing piles before then tunneling down into the old stuff. And all that stuff, all the older stuff is pretty well gone. There's still some stuff back there, not much, because we are in California, so all the like the open stopes and stuff that are back there, they're all backgated, so you can't get in. All the tunnels are back-gated. And actually, the bigger tunnels that you can drive into from the modern stuff, they're flooded. I don't know if it's from hitting groundwater but you go down like 50, 60 feet into the one that you can actually get to off the side of the road, and it's flooded completely. It just dawned on me I may be moving fast, so the imagery may be a little funky. I apologize. I know people always complain about that. I'm trying to get better about it. I think the last time I was here, there was a lot more trash in this spot. It's different every time I come, whether it's the graffiti or more trash or less trash. Definitely was more fire burning up here than since the last time. So like I mentioned, this building is the processing facility. Yeah, people have set this shit on fire more since the last time I've been here. But this, let me get over here and show you. So like I said when I was outside, the stuff that's up top feeds on a conveyor belt system. Conveyor belt system, it drops in up there, would come down here, feed, drop down into this, and this right here is a giant ball mill. So the ore would be tumbling in there with giant steel ball bearings that were smashing into it, crumbling it down into smaller material. Then it would come out the bottom. And then over there, there's a bunch of agitators and stuff. It would go through the water and whatever other material that they use to leach the, like cyanide and that stuff. And it would agitate, and then once they get to a certain point, then it would go to those things over there, which are like big presses. So they would press and squeeze the, I think they put it on sheets of like this paper material, and it would squeeze it out. Oh, you guys see the owl up there? Thought I saw something. Look at that guy. He's probably tired of seeing people up here. But anyway, yeah, so we're saying the ball mill, come out here, down to the bottom. Eventually ends up over here. Don't worry, owl dude, I'm not here to mess with you. Goes in these pond things that were being stirred and stirred, and then like I said, eventually it gets put on these weird sheets, I think, and then put into these presses and just squeezed out. Take you guys out here. See the tanks? Go up these sketchy steps. You know what's funny? I don't think the EPA shut this place down, but I don't think they had OSHA back then, because this stuff is sketchy. This grading has, this is the only section that has cross braces. That other stuff, oh, see how this thing's shaking below me? I'm afraid of heights, so this stuff always freaks me the hell out. But look at these big tanks. See the big old propeller in there? Just stir it up. And you got electric motors. See, turn these back. The gear ratio is crazy. tiny little thing. Oh, it's not going to show up on camera. Turning this tiny little thing actually turns over that big old impeller, whatever you want to call it. Again, sorry if you can't hear me. It's very windy. I'm trying to talk loud. Walk you back in the building, show you a little bit more graffiti, and then I think we'll call it quits on this video. Hopefully I don't disturb that owl again. I'm sure I will though, because he probably doesn't expect me to come back in. Again, sorry if I'm moving fast and the image is messed up. I'm not actually like looking at what I'm filming, I'm just looking with my eyes and pointing. Back inside. Yeah, there used to be, I think the first time I was here, this room was still here standing, like the walls. Somebody decided to burn it down, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So the funniest graffiti here is this is a bathroom over here. And it is filled with graffiti of wieners everywhere. I know Tim, Desert Trails, he came here once and filmed that and he blurred it all out. I don't know how to do that, so sorry if you're offended by graffiti wieners, but it's interesting, some of the trash here you can tell was from the mine stuff, and like I'm curious how they picked and choose what stuff they wanted to take when they, you know, vacated this job site. I imagine obviously they take equipment that they can reuse at other job sites. And I also imagine a lot of stuff here has been stripped out by people, you know, looking for scrap metal, the copper wire and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's gross. You know, the last time I came up here, I tried to bring a friend up here to show her all this cool graffiti, and there was a group of people here like camped out with like a pickup truck and a trailer, but there was no like side-by-side or dirt bikes or nothing. It's kind of weird. So we just drove past and I took her up and over the hill and showed her what little is left of the older workings, which is still cool stuff, but most people don't know that's back there. They all come here for this stuff. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry if the camera was all over the place. It's kind of hard to pay attention to that kind of stuff, but we'll catch you on the next one.